Everyone wants a happy relationship. It's one of the deepest desires we create, to love and to be loved, to feel connected, understood, and appreciated. But despite this universal longing, so many people feel unfulfilled in their relationships. They feel misunderstood, unloved, or even alone, even when they're with someone. Why? It's not because relationships don't work. It's because we often misunderstand what truly makes them work. We've been conditioned to believe that love alone is enough, that if we love someone and they love us back, everything else will fall into place. But the reality is very different. Love is not just an emotion, it is a conscious choice. It's not just about flowers, sweet words, or promises. It's about emotional depth, presence, and a real understanding of each other. And that understanding doesn't begin with the other person. It begins with you. A relationship is a mirror. It reflects your mindset, your insecurities, your wounds, your expectations. What you feel in the relationship is often a direct reflection of how you feel within yourself. If you're constantly seeking approval from your partner, maybe it's because you haven't yet learned how to validate yourself. If you're craving constant reassurance, maybe it's because you haven't built that inner foundation of security. If you're trying to change your partner, maybe it's because you haven't fully accepted yourself yet. The truth is, no relationship can thrive when it's being built on emotional dependency. And yet, that's how most people operate unconsciously. They look for someone who can complete them. Someone who can heal their wounds, fill their voids, or fix their loneliness. But a happy relationship is not the coming together of two broken halves. It is the union of two whole individuals. Individuals who have taken the time to know themselves, to love themselves, to respect themselves, and only then share that fullness with someone else. When you expect someone else to make you happy, you're giving away your power. You're handing over the remote control of your emotions to someone who didn't cause your wounds in the first place. And then you expect them to heal what they didn't break. That's not love. That's pressure. And pressure destroys connection. Instead of forcing the other person to fit into the mold of your expectations, what if you allowed them to simply be? What if you stopped trying to control how they act, and started observing how you react? What if instead of blaming your partner for every conflict, you looked inward and asked, what part of me is being triggered right now? Because here's the uncomfortable truth, most conflicts are not about what's happening in the moment. They're about unresolved emotions from the past. Something your partner says or does touches an old wound, and suddenly, you're not just reacting to them, you're reacting to your history. This is why awareness is everything. When you become aware of your emotional patterns, your wounds, your fears, you stop projecting them onto your partner. You stop turning your relationship into a battlefield. And you start turning it into a space for growth, for both of you. But that growth is impossible without one powerful ingredient: acceptance. Not acceptance when things are perfect. Not acceptance when your partner behaves exactly how you want. But acceptance when they are messy, imperfect, emotional, inconsistent, just like you. The moment you let go of the desire to control, the moment you stop trying to fix your partner, the moment you accept them as they are, something magical happens. You create safety. And in that safety, love starts to blossom naturally. Because love doesn't need to be forced. It just needs space. Space to breathe. Space to grow. Space to evolve without fear of judgment. So many relationships fail not because of a lack of love, but because of too many conditions placed on that love. I'll accept you if you change. I'll love you if you behave a certain way. I'll stay if you meet all my needs. But real love doesn't say if. It says even if you're not perfect, even if we have differences, even if we struggle sometimes, I choose to stay, to understand, to grow. That's the beginning of a happy relationship. Ain't not finding the perfect person, but showing up as a conscious, whole, and accepting human being. So now, ask yourself, hey, am I truly present in my relationship? Or am I just present with expectations? Am I choosing to understand the person in front of me, or am I trying to shape them into a version that pleases me? The truth is simple, but powerful. A happy relationship doesn't begin when the other person changes. It begins the moment you change your awareness, your attitude, your approach. Stop waiting for your partner to be more loving. Stop waiting for them to be more expressive, more giving, more understanding. Start becoming that which you seek. You want more love? Give more love. You want more respect? Offer it first, unconditionally. You want deep understanding? Begin by listening, not to reply, but to truly hear. Because when you change your inner world, your outer world begins to reflect it. And no matter how your partner responds, you will remain centered. You will stay in love, not because of what you receive, but because of who you choose to be. It's not about perfection. It's not about never arguing, or always agreeing. It's about staying emotionally aware, even when things get hard. It's about choosing connection over ego, understanding over reaction. You are not responsible for your partner's emotions, but you are responsible for how you respond to them. You are not in control of how the other person shows up, but you are in full control of how you show up. So here's a simple call to action. From this moment forward, stop chasing the illusion of a perfect partner. Start becoming the conscious partner that a happy relationship truly needs. Build a bond not based on conditions, but on presence. Not on control, but on freedom. Not on demand, but on acceptance. And most importantly, a love from wholeness, not from need. Love not to fill a void, but to celebrate what's already full within you. Because when two complete people come together with no agenda but to grow, understand, and uplift each other, that's not just a happy relationship. That's a sacred one.